just out of the anxiety, I used to take out the ignition leads, put it in my backpack and go to work. The person that was disciplining me, and we talked about this in the pod all the time, was my grandma. And she's a pimp. Like, I know.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we've got Bullslut and we've got Head to Head. But before that, throughout the week, we've got me and Miguel, we have Rowie.
G'day.
We don't have Sen, we don't have Kush, but my God, we have a special episode, Ro.
Wow, I'm excited.
We have Cristian and Don from the premier Philo-Australian podcast, Cheatcoders. Premier, I've chucked that in. I believe so. I don't know if you guys believe so, but welcome to the pod, boys.
Thanks for having us, yeah.
I'm so nervous, bro. This is like, his sound so booming and stuff. What's going on?
No, Christian's over here sweating.
Yeah. Is it head to head? I think, do we have to fight someone?
We'll take it outside of the car park.
Yeah, all right. I'm not prepared.
First question we ask all the guests.
Yeah.
All right. What is your rarest moment?
I was trying to think of something funny for this, and I was like, I don't know. I ordered a steak once time in the Philippines.
Don't tell me you ordered rarest.
And I ordered like medium rare, and it came back rare. I'm like, that's a dumb thing to say on a podcast, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Is this his answer wrong?
There's no wrong
Is that what you
answers.
mean? Like with the rarest moment? I didn't know what.
Yeah, no, it's not literally.
Okay.
No, it's not literally. How do you like your steak?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, hang on, I'm pretty sure it wasn't
rarest
a
moment? Oh,
not
that's
a rare
steak.
moment.
So, for example, Ro over here, right? Anything he eats, barbecue
sauce on it.
right?
Yeah.
From
Rice.
a sausage to a pizza to rice.
Yeah.
It's rice and curry, he's chucking on barbecue sauce.
Chucking barbecue sauce on nonstop. We have another friend who he brushes his teeth every time he eats. Rare,
After he
strange behavior. You know what I mean? Like that. There's anything that you guys have that could be considered rare, apart from the
No.
ordering of your steak.
I just got that actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm a slow individual.
We'll get there. No, but I think rare for me would be that, and the guys think this is weird as well. Sometimes I will eat Filipino food without rice.
Yeah, it's rare.
That's actually
weird
quite
AF,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, and
Like Filipino food is designed to be eaten with rice. It is honestly too strong of a flavor to eat without rice.
So you're eating, what are you eating without rice?
like I'll have adobo without rice. I'll have like sinigang or just any like Filipino food without rice, just because yeah, it is really strong flavor, but I like flavor.
Oh man, you gotta cut it
Low
down
carb
with
diet,
rice,
mate.
bro.
Yeah, Christian's
You
furious
put
at
like
that.
chips on it or something? I don't know, man.
I'd have mashed potato with it.
What about you, Christian? Any rare
The
moments?
rare
come to
moment.
mind?
I was thinking about this before, and just with the whole barbecue thing, right? So, 20 years ago, I had my first office job, and at the time, I had this 1980s like RX-7 is an old Mazda. I bought like because my friends were all like into Mazdas, and I knew exactly how easy to steal it was, like that car. And don't ask me why I know that part. Right?
Yeah. My
But-
friends. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I started, because just out of anxiety, I bought this car. I used to take it to my office job, leave it in a car park structure. And just out of the anxiety, I used to take out the ignition leads, put it in my backpack and go to work. So no one would steal it. And then I was like,
It's the
hang on.
equivalent of someone taking their front wheel of their bike.
Yeah. But it's just ignition coils. And then
Where
I
was this car park? Was this in like Mount Druitt or something?
No, it was
Why was
Parramatta.
Why are we so worried about that car getting jacked?
Oh, I've seen my mates do it. That's why I was
You
like,
did it everywhere. You did it. I remember you
Stealing
left the car at Rudy Hill one
RX-7s?
time.
no. There was
Not steal the car, but like take
out
the
the
Disassemble.
Yeah.
No, I used to do that, and then I thought that was ridiculous because I'd be at lunch, at work in this is CBA too, so I'm wearing like office shit, and then I'm having lunch with my mates, and I've got ignition leads coming out with my thing. You know what I mean? So it didn't look good. And then I was like, what if I just unplug my starter motor? That way, people try to steal it. Nothing's gonna happen. And then I've got my office shirt on, and I got to lie down on the ground to unplug it, and I'm thinking, this is just so dumb, bro. I'm just gonna let's take my old car to work next time. But for a good week and a half, I was going to work with ignition leads. I had like dirt on the side of my office clothes, like it was just stupid. And yeah, I thought that was pretty rare. Like,
That's pretty good. That's actually one of the best answers we've
He
received.
walked around with a backpack just so he had the ignition.
Yeah, dude.
So out of interest, how do you steal a Mazda?
there's this. So back in the day,
What do you want to know?
this is on record now because no, you don't really see it on the road nowadays. But you know the hazard lights. This is like the steering wheel. Just behind it was where it was situated. It was a switch.
Right.
So it's like a light switch. Like you turn it on this way, flip it up, and it's off.
Yeah.
If you had that in the middle, like you just slowly put it right in the middle, you see your dash turn on as if you had turned the key. You can push the car start, like push start it. So once you get it started, put it in gear, the car will kick over and then you can drive it off.
Wait, so you just need to switch put the button.
Bro, it's like a light switch behind your steering wheel. It's so accessible to anyone. You move that halfway and then the thing will go cling as if you had your keys like that in the first position.
To be fair, if it was that easy, I might do the same thing.
I'm getting the ignition cables.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So parking structure, you can easily like pull, get your mates push that out and then
off you go.
Rolling start. Yeah.
So what do you like the directors at Combank or whatever they see when they saw the the ignition? How did you explain that?
Oh no, it was because I was like a lowly temp. You know what I mean? So the bosses were like someplace else. They had they were paying for their lunch. I was bringing them from home, bro. Like
they just thought he moonlighted as a mechanic.
Yeah.
No,
we're getting paid enough. Part-time job as a mechanic.
The dudes that kind of convinced me to buy that Mazda was the people that I worked with. So they knew.
Everyone have ignition leads in their bags? Was that a
we should have started. Nah, they knew. Like they never took their cars to work, and it was just smart because they probably went through that whole process already. So,
so how did you guys start the Cheatcoders? Because you've been doing this a while.
These guys did.
Open question.
Well, I mean, Nats and Raf, they are the founders of the Cheatcoders podcast. They started it, and they, from what they told me, and listening to the pilot as well, they were in a Starbucks car park, parking lot, in their car on their iPhone, just recording an episode because they, like everyone, wanted to record and just say, "Hey, every time we have a conversation, it sounds like a podcast. Let's make a podcast." That's when it started. They kept recording together weekly or whenever they got a chance to. And then I was living in Singapore at the time, wanted to start a podcast of my own because I saw them doing it. And they got me on as a guest on their podcast, the Cheatcoders podcast. And we did this thing that was like, Nats was in London, I was in Singapore, Raf was in Sydney, and we did this almost international style podcast. And then after guesting on there, I just never left. And then when I came back to Sydney, we were trying different things with the podcast. Then Garcia, a Christian, was on the guested on the podcast on an episode, and then just never left.
And I never left as well.
Yeah, so
you walk into the studio, you record the episode, and you're just like, you know what?
Hey,
I'll stay here.
I like this.
Kick me out.
Manu's looking for a new podcast as well, potentially. So if you ever want to have him on as a guest, he's happy to stay. So Manu described you guys as the premier Filipino podcast, but how would you describe Cheatcoders? Like, what do you guys do? What are you all about?
I feel like we're just a bunch of guys talking shit on the internet. Like, that's what I don't think we take ourselves that serious, but and I do appreciate the sentiment, like being called the premier, and I feel like, yes, we can be that because we've done this for so long and we're continuing to do it. And, but yeah, I don't know. We don't really take ourselves that serious, man.
I don't know if it was kind of by default. There's not a lot of like Filipino pods.
Yeah.
So it's like I came first. Ago, who else was in the race? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, but to describe it, I think it's just because like immigrants, I guess, like second gen immigrants, or I don't even know what gen I am, but like basically just the perspective of growing up here, being Filipino, there's a different kind of perspective to, Filipinos in Philippines or whatever. But I think Filipinos generally, like outside of the Philippines, you share a lot of, there's a lot of common experiences, perceptions, and the things that we find funny. And it's not like we found out afterwards that it's not just Filipinos, like Islanders, like, South Asians too, bro. Like, what do you call it? We used to do like the stand-up events at the workshop, at the studio. And bro, it's just a mixture of different cultures, but it's just, I know we've kind of been displaced from the home country. So we all have like weird, like similar
Yeah.
experiences, and we can all laugh about it. But we don't necessarily talk about Filipino stuff. It's just there's like topics that, and what kind of, I don't know, perception do you see? Like, how do you see this as a Filipino Australian, and what funny stuff do you find about it? And then that's where it kind of goes from.
Mm.
Kind of pile on top of it with other jokes and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Going off that, how the name Cheatcoders, how did that come about? That
Yeah. Oh, because Raf and Nats had started it. So essentially it started off as kind of like, you remember when people were going into like life hacks and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So the idea was like, start talking to local artists and things like that. And then things that they would talk about things that they found throughout their industry that helped them. I don't know, like just like tricks of the trade kind of thing. Just made life easier for them. So it's kind of like cheat codes for pursuing your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's where it kind of stemmed from. So since then, like rebranded to other topics. Like we didn't really get a lot of artists nowadays. So nowadays they're the guest. Before it was constantly like, okay, who's going to be the guest for the next episode?
Yeah.
And we'll talk to them. It's like they were the main subject. Nowadays we can record just with us
Just
without
you
any
guys.
guests.
Yeah.
And it was cool because it's like a catch up with friends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we really wanted to make it more about us, because when we were interviewing people would watch the show or listen to the podcast specifically for those guests.
Yeah.
We had a model on the show one time, and our viewership and listenership went up that one time, and then we're like, we want to change it. We want to be the subject. We want to be the people
Yeah, that's fair.
that come to they watch
I'll
the.
show you her OnlyFans later. I'm not even kidding, bro.
So the OnlyFans, was she promoting on her OnlyFans? Or what was happening?
No, she
there?
wasn't promoting on the OnlyFans.
Are you on the OnlyFans?
No,
We set up an
Safe
account
space.
before.
Safe
like-
space, yeah.
we have got an OnlyFans account.
Do you actually?
Yeah, but there's nothing on it.
Yeah, well, I see you got to pay.
Yeah, same actually. Yeah.
It just points to our Patreon.
I see.
But like,
You have like there's comedians who are like OnlyFans. Like for example, Shooter Williamson, he did OnlyFans, but he would put on his like betting tips on there as well.
Oh,
It's
yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
it's a subscriber platform. That's
Exactly.
all it is.
Yeah, that's
but
all it is.
It's become synonymous with like porn now.
Yeah.
Or like, sex work. Sorry. Sex work.
Say whatever you want.
Cancelled,
boss.
done.
I'm going to be cancelled. My bad. Yeah. You can't tell me it's not
It
pornography.
never started off the thing, right?
You can't tell me that's not pornography, guys. Come on.
Do people claim it's not?
No, I don't think anyone claims that it's not.
Yeah.
I think they themselves, because I think there was like a little the scandal because Visa or MasterCard didn't want to, I guess, process their payments
Yeah.
because it was like a adult content website. So then they had to come out and say, oh, we're just Patreon. We're just a competitor of Patreon.
Yeah, it's a subscriber
That's
base.
all it is.
And yeah, there are other people on there. Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
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 He has an OnlyFans, and I think he's sponsored by OnlyFans.
What does he
as
sell?
No, he's got to sell
His
absolute-
nudes or something?
Yeah, adult content for sure. No, or him just like
Watch me choke this guy out in the nude.
It's UFC but naked.
yeah, street
Yeah.
fights.
It's old Greco-Roman wrestling, dude. Like that.
They're all-
Like the old
Pause.
school Olympics. Like so uncomfortable. That one event.
No,
Hey,
because he I think
He's
he
got this
does
olive thing,
commentary
right?
on MMA and fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
put some clothes on, bro.
Oh, fair.
Out of interest, like you guys have been doing the podcast for ages, right? So like we've had a couple of guests on. We love speaking to guests.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's become a bit more of just you boys. But any good guest stories, like best guests, for example, that you've had on?
Who's your favorite guest?
Probably the OnlyFans chick. No, I'm just kidding.
You weren't even
I wasn't a part of it then. Man, I really wouldn't know. They're all kind of different, dude. Because because they're all fun. They're all like they're all different in a way.
Who's the worst guest you've had on? No names. Just give us why it was the worst guest.
There was, how do I put this without outing them?
Exposing them. Just what happened, maybe.
There was someone who felt like they needed to prove something on the podcast.
Mm.
Like, we were like, hey, because like I said, we're a bunch of dudes just talking crap, right?
Yeah.
And we like to treat our guests as if we're just having a conversation, we're just hanging out. And that's how we get the best content and getting the best conversations out of them. But this person felt like they needed to prove something, and they were always, they were name dropping like, oh, this and that, these big names. And we're like, just chill, man.
Yeah,
Why do you
just be
have to-
normal, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Because when we first started, actually, it was interesting because people would want to come on as guests because they have like products to shill. And so a lot of the times you have people who want to just like flex online. That's one thing. Then there are other people who came on with the sole purpose of not just having a chat with the boys, but it would be like, oh, how can I just like push my product to the audience? So they would just like twist all these questions we'd ask into like promotion for themselves. So
I mean,
oftentimes,
that's media training, right? That's textbook media training where people have a message that they want to push. But we, like I said off camera, like we brief them beforehand. Like, is there anything you don't want to talk about or anything you do? Because I think when we started it early on, it was about shilling products. It was about shilling, trying to promote something or trying to promote these people specifically. Now, when we brief our guests, we're like, hey, we're just going to keep it organic. Yeah, we will talk about your new single. Yeah, we will talk about this and what you're going to be promoting. But what we do now is this content that we get organically, showing off their personalities is what will help promote them more. You know what I mean? Like, and I think to answer the first question, our favorite guests are the ones that understand that and kind of they just go with the flow and have fun. Because and I think you can see it from the snippets that we have. The ones that get so many more views are the ones that have a lot of authenticity, relatability, all of those marketing buzzwords.
And I feel the same when guests come on. They know the vibe. For example, they know it's like not that serious.
Yeah,
we're here just to have a laugh.
Yeah.
If they bring that energy as well, it's like the best guests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
So the next question is: so for us, we've been doing this as well and going on TikTok, Instagram, and stuff. Get a few comments about like how do I say this? Like about us being ethnic, that sort of thing. Hate comments, basically. Are there any like other challenges you think you guys face being like ethnic creators from Australia, for example, competing in like the Australian content creator market?
Firstly, I love negative comments. Love them.
What?
We have a love-hate relationship with them. Sometimes we love them. Sometimes it can't sleep at night because of some of them.
I love them. Like,
Why?
I because it's engagement.
Oh, really?
Feeds on it like Thanos, bro. it's like a Dementor.
It's engagement. Like for someone, and it's funny that you bring up like love hate. Like there's a fine line between someone who is obsessed with someone and someone who hates somebody, because they have to first know who you are.
Yeah.
Correct.
To then be like have an opinion about you, and then you're in their mind. It's not like I don't think about the people that put hate comments on us, but they're thinking about us.
Yeah, we've had a few like that though, like repeat offenders that
constantly
for a period of time they commented on like every post for like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, there was a bloke. His Instagram handle was like, I don't know,
Fart inhaler.
Fart inhaler. And
Shout out Fart inhaler.
a picture of Shane Warne as his DP,
That's pretty funny.
and he was just nonstop. We got sledged. We play soccer together. We got sledged by a bloke when playing soccer in real life.
Right.
Who was like, like your content is terrible. Like we hate, you guys are clowns. Blah blah blah.
He said it to your face.
Yeah, when we were playing soccer, I was marking him for a corner, and he's just chirping. He's like, "You guys have the worst podcast of all time." That's actually pretty funny because
That's
like,
great.
But, mate, wait. He was using it to get into your head.
Yeah,
while
he
playing
was
the game.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
No, but it's
people
funny
talking
because
shit.
one of the blokes on the sideline was like, "Oh, but he's listened to you guys. Like he's
Like he knows who you are, but you don't know who he is.
I've no idea who this
Yeah.
clown is."
Exactly.
Um,
And that's what I liken it to when someone is putting hate comments on our videos and stuff. It's like somebody standing on the street yelling at us. I'm like, I don't know you. I don't care.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't phase me, but
So all I'm hearing is, mate, let's go to the Cheatcoders Instagram and just slam hate, mate.
Put visceral hate in the comments.
Don will love it.
do it. I will comment back. I will troll back. And
Nah.
Do you guys reply?
yeah, all the time.
Like
This guy
firing back.
does, bro.
Yeah, can we do that?
I don't fire back hate.
Yeah.
I fire back like I there was one guy who would comment on our every single video, and I don't know, for some reason he had it in for you.
Nah, that was the chick, bro.
Yeah, it was a lady, right?
Yeah.
It was
Does she also do OnlyFans or?
Nah, I don't know. She was a single mom, boo. I did my research
Did his
after,
market research.
after 3 days. I was like, who the fuck is
You got to stalk the profile
Oh
for
my
sure.
But yeah, she commented on almost every
why
video.
your guy left you? I was, yeah. It was one of those ones I couldn't sleep when
Yeah.
fuck.
And I was just because I saw it and I was like, "This is what is this lady's problem?" And but I wanted to, but what I typed on it was like, "Thank you so much for the commitment to comment on every single video." Like I was trying to be just nice, but in
Killing
a
with kindness type
trolling way.
vibe, yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, I hate your content, blah." I'm like, that's fine. Thanks for stopping by. And like, you know, or sometimes I'd be a little bit more snarky and like sarcastic and whatever. And all it means is for me, it's just more engagement. So they comment, they have to watch that video. So that's one view. They comment, and then as they're commenting, it's continuing to roll. I comment, they get a notification that I've commented. They have to comment again, and they watch the video again.
right.
It's just more engagement. It's more viewership. It's
Yeah, Don's secret to success.
Yeah, all the views are fake.
We should take the high road, bro. Because we try to be smart asses and like one up their comments.
No, we should. It's funny. It's funny to fire back. But you guys seem to be doing it a bit more nice. Like,
Do the 5 hour thing, like for me, right? Like when I get the notification that these guys have released the reel and it's out there, I'll watch it, like it, and then I won't look at the comments after, like, say I'll let the half of the day go. After that, I won't really check the comments anymore because those first 6 hours or so, it's the people that follow that are like watching and stuff. And then once it starts getting shared to people that don't really know, and then that's when the hate comments will start. And that's when I avoid the comment section then.
yeah.
You know, first 6 hours, people that fuck with you, that people that like you. And then after that, it kind of just goes beyond who knows, like whoever's commenting could be they like it or they don't. And I don't know, man. My I don't know. I'm too brittle, bro. I can't take those comments.
You know, at the start we were heavily like that. I remember TikTok comments, we just wouldn't look at all.
Yeah.
Because my God, it's fucking pits of humanity on there.
yeah, it is.
It's interesting, Cody, you say that because like people who don't post content wouldn't know this, but we've had comment sections just turn on you. At the beginning, like you said, it gets pushed to your followers.
Yeah.
Like, going super well. Everyone's like very, very supportive. And then as it gets started to shared to people who maybe don't know what you're about, they don't know that you're joking, this and that. Mate, then suddenly all the racial slurs come out.
Oh, bro.
It gets pushed all like the 12-year-old fucking high schoolers, whatever.
Edgelords.
Exactly, trying to be edgy. My God.
It's actually an interesting phenomenon watching a comment section turn on you. Like you go from like the top comment being like, "This is such a funny video, guys. You like, you know, amazing," and then the next hour you look, it's like the top comment like
Slur.
7,000 likes and go back to 7-Eleven and drive your taxis. You know what I mean?
Wow.
For us, like it does happen like that where like half the comments would be the negative ones and always telling us that we're not funny and we're trying to be jokoi or something like that. It's all that stuff. The fun ones are when the comments, they turn on each other. They'd be like, you know, there was one person who they put a negative comment and then another follower said, "I hope your dog dies." In Tagalog. They said it in like in the language.
Yeah. So this guy had our back, bro.
Yeah. It was like
I love
defending
the
us,
apologists for us. I love them. People that defend us for us.
defending us. But like it went from 0 to 100.
That was savage, though.
Dice.
We had that as well. There was like a girl who was defending us in the comments, and then the guy put a death threat on her. He's like, "I'm going to kill your whole family."
Wow.
And then she was actually really freaked out by that. Fair enough. And so she messaged us being like, "Hey, can you just like take
Delete the comments.
delete the whole comments, this and that?" So like, yeah, we'll do it. So
Wow.
yeah, interesting. I mean, this is not every time. This is just like certain videos, but it is interesting.
Fair enough. Don, I've seen on your Instagram there are a couple of clips of you, you know, hitting the bags.
Right.
Boxing bags.
Boxing.
Yep,
bags.
other bags, Krav Maga. So my question is,
Pause. No.
in your prime, how many rounds could you manage with Manny Pacquiao? Current day, you know, senator, part-time basketballer,
Part-time chess player.
part-time chess player, part-time with speed apparently as well, doing all these side quests.
So what in my prime?
In your
versus-
absolute prime fighting in your career, whatever. And nowadays, Manny Pacquiao, if I got him in the room right now, I could teleport you back to your prime. How many?
Mate, I would be obliterated. I'd be on the floor, knocked out. I don't wouldn't say that I ever had a prime in boxing. I did compete a little bit through the PCYC amateur boxing.
That's experience.
And stuff like that.
You take that.
But I wouldn't say that I was at any level to compete with Manny Pacquiao, even now.
We get that out of the way. Now tell us the truth. Coming around.
Even now.
How are you knocking him out, really?
Yeah, honestly, for me, Manny looked a bit weak on the left side, to be honest.
No, I think even then, and maybe it was, I was never that cocky at boxing. For me, it was more like, because the guys don't believe me this, but I was a nerdy kid growing up, and it was through boxing that I found a little bit more confidence in myself. And so it was never about like, oh yeah, I'm going to be the best at boxing. It was just like, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. So yeah, I don't know. That's a really diplomatic answer. I know you.
No, it makes it
like,
fair.
yeah, I'm gonna smash Manny Pacquiao.
Obviously not.
Bro, you fight your brothers every now and again.
Yeah.
What do you reckon
No, obviously.
of yourself?
I'm not going to touch Manny Pacquiao, bro. This guy's like jab would actually send me into the stratosphere.
What about like prime Mike, current day Mike Tyson?
Oh my god,
Guys,
that would be even harder to do.
No. That guy's an animal, bro. I wouldn't touch anyone. But I'm actually interested in your boxing style. Yeah, were you a knockout merchant? What was the style that you had?
The boxing style that I was taught was very much similar to fencing. So it'd be like
In and out.
in and out. But
Sorry, I was thinking, I'm picturing you in the boxing ring with a sword.
Yeah, like a saber.
guard.
You know, this is illegal. This guy's got a weapon, bro.
Boxing, brother.
yeah, that's the style that I was taught.
In and out, eh?
But because I am much shorter than a lot of the fighters for my weight class, I would, and because I don't know, I'd kind of be more of an infighter. Now, when I train, I try to train more of the peekaboo style, but I just switch it up because, yeah, there's different styles of boxing. It's more like, again, me just trying to learn more and be better than I was yesterday. That's the diplomatic answer. There's the train answer.
What about you, Don? You in your prime and Manny Pacquiao in his worst?
What age do you think you could beat Manny Pacquiao?
Man, no age.
Surely,
Not even a
3-year-old Manny Pacquiao.
Not even a 9-month-old Manny
That's what I'm
Pacquiao.
thinking, bro. I'm punching baby Pacquiao in the face just so I can start beating. We obviously have a time machine.
I'd want to like spar him in his prime because that's when I would be able to learn the most from Manny Pacquiao. And again, like I'm a nerd and I want to learn from him.
You learn how to get hit, bro.
Fair enough.
I did spar it was an Olympic medalist because I used to train at a gym called No Contest Gym in St. Mary's, and there was a Olympic medalist who trained there as well. And I stupidly asked him, like, "Hey man, can we spar?" Because I was
that's cool.
training
It's such a cool thing to do.
I got my ass handed to me, and he was like, I think he'd won bronze in some Olympics. And just to see,
that's crazy.
Bronze.
But just to see the level, like he was, I mean, just bronze.
Yeah, no.
Just to see the level that he was at versus where I was at, I'm like, holy crap, there's so much more that I need to learn.
It's one of those when you watch the Olympics and you're like, oh, I could do this.
I don't think
I
that
could
about
be
boxing.
better than these, whatever sport.
Yeah.
Football, whatever. You watch, but I could do this.
Breakdancing.
And then you actually breakdancing.
Is there a sport that, like, before the breakdancing, obviously, is there a sport you guys have thought I could kill at this?
At the highest level?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys say you played soccer. Do you reckon you would like perform?
No chance. We can't even be like Division 1 of our local team, let alone like Argentina under 23s.
No. There's no chance.
So we thought about this though. Our question was like, what was the easiest sport to get? Not easiest, but like most possible sport to get. What was it? Equestrian or something?
Equestrian.
Would have the lowest barriers for a common man to get in.
Because there's no like physicality and there's no actual.
Oh, I don't know, man.
You also have to have access to a horse.
That's
like one of the biggest hurdles.
Yeah.
I always thought curling was my sport. Like if I was to kill at anything, it's like I could do that.
I've swept the floor before.
That's it, bro.
I've
You
cleaned
just
up
start
quick.
sweeping the ground, dude. There's no athleticism at all. I could be training and eating macas at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't require. If I was to do this at my weight now, doing equestrian, that horse is going to be disadvantaged. Do you know what I mean? But curling, no one really cares, bro. Like
Yeah, you
Just
just go there
like
and sweat.
that.
This
Or
is not the
you
And
mean
person.
then
bloke-
someone else will start brooming for me.
Or you can just be the bloke pushing the
Yeah,
the
exactly.
puck.
I feel like we're really
Like
underplaying curling,
Curling? Ah.
significantly right now.
I'm sure there's levels to
We're
it.
gonna
There's a
get
bunch of
some
angry
Yeah,
Canadians.
we're gonna get the curling fans in their droves come out.
I didn't know the curling community was part of
That
big
big.
demographic for you guys.
You'll be surprised.
Hey, what you guys said about the curling?
Yeah, you're gonna get cancelled in Sweden or something. Switzerland won't welcome us.
Oh, jeez. Christian, I've taken a look at your Instagram.
Oh no.
And one of your most viral posts was you putting rice on top of the Costco pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
So, like me as a Filipino, it makes perfect sense to me. But for those uninitiated
It does?
out there, it absolutely makes sense. I had that for breakfast as a kid sometimes.
What, rice and pizza?
Rice with
Yeah.
yesterday's leftovers.
No, that I agree with. All right, KFC gets some leftovers. I'll eat rice with KFC. Rice on pizza.
I'm sure with some, maybe not, but very unorthodox, maybe carb-based foods, I've
Yeah.
also had rice with. It's weird.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted you to explain to the non-Philos out there. What do Filipinos eat with rice?
I don't know. We did that one as a joke. We were at a family party, right? And then I even asked this dude because we seen one of the aunties do that, and we would like clown on her, like, "Bro, what's going on?" And then I was like, "Hey, Don, yeah, can you hold this, record me real quick?" And then put that up on the internet. That's why we're like, I don't know. People thought that I was being serious or whatever, but because I put on there, I think it's like, "What's your rice to pizza ratio?"
That's pretty funny.
So
That's really
it got
funny.
people kind of going like, "What the hell? I don't know no ratio." And it went into,
Filipinos on
If
the
you-
internet lost their minds. They lost their minds.
oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I don't know, man.
But it is such a Philo thing to like have rice with literally like anything and everything. It's
Except for
Don't ask
Don.
him. Yeah, Don's eating.
push him
He's
aside.
the other side of the coin. No, but I don't know. I really don't. It was just, we did that one for that short reel.
Yeah, fair.
Because like we see it at family parties, like aunties do it, like cousins, they would put rice on anything, put rice on like pancit, right? And you
Yeah.
kind of, it's like
Noodles.
you're doubling up on this carb thing. bro.
Carb loading, mate. It's too
It's
much.
too much, bro. It's like, imagine if like someone was like, I'm going to go to KFC, get potato and gravy and put rice in that shit. Like, you know what I mean? There's already potato in that thing.
Oh, my dad
That's
does that,
true.
I think.
Rice, potato gravy.
Yeah, when we get KFC,
Yeah.
loads it on, man.
See how there's already potato in the thing, but you're doubling it up. Kind of like the pizza with the bread and
Yeah, so that's why it's not too outrageous, to be completely honest.
No, the pizza one is actually outrageous because pizza you can eat by itself. Like, for example,
yeah.
I mean, KFC, you need something there.
No, you don't.
We're still talking about the chicken though, but like if you just got the potato and gravy, you don't go around looking for rice.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
No, you
exactly.
don't.
But the whole pizza thing is like, that's what it kind of feels like. That's why it was just it's a commentary on society, bro. On the Filipino society, man.
High level thinking, mate.
Yeah, nah.
I'll answer your rarest moment question for Raf. So Raf loves rice, and one time like he will go to KFC and he'll go to a local Chinese restaurant to buy rice, to have rice with KFC. So that's what he will do. We were out on a shoot one time.
Yeah.
Went to go eat KFC, and we got the food already. I was like, "Where's Raf?" And he's like, "Oh, he's at the Chinese restaurant getting."
He's down the road.
Right.
Shanghai dumplings.
That's crazy.
I actually don't mind that. I actually really
No, but you're
respect it.
out. Like you're not home with the KFC with a rice cooker. You've actually gone out of your way
Yeah.
to find a joint that sells rice.
No, it is rare. Don't get me wrong, but I like the thinking, and this is the type of out of the box thinking. I'd be friends with Raf. I join him in the expedition to go find a Chinese restaurant.
Next question. So in your guys' bio, you put you're from Western Sydney.
Yep.
Age-old question: where does Western Sydney actually start and end? I've had this debate at work. So some people even say just west of the bridge is Western Sydney.
Oh, what?
It's west of the Sydney CBD. That's where it is. anything west.
That's it.
Anything west of it.
You joke, bro. People at work say that all the time.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
ridiculous.
They're like they live in what's something Glebe. I don't know. Is that west of the bridge? Something like that. North Sydney. That oh yeah, bro. That's west. That's west. Chatswood's Western Sydney. Shut up.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Perth is Western Sydney, if you look at it. Like, I heard that there was a Red Rooster line or something around Sydney, right?
Yeah.
Anything, once you
Yeah.
start seeing Red Roosters, like, oh,
It's Western
you're in the
Sydney.
West now.
What, even Strathfield and that area is like called Inner West.
No,
I
no.
don't believe
west
it.
of
I don't
Sydney.
subscribe.
It's all just west of Sydney, but
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
don't know.
If you need to jump on the M4, you're
Your guys.
in the
Western
West.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's
Yeah.
a good metric.
you're using the West Connects.
Yeah.
Right, the other day, we also had this debate on the pod. Oh, and I want you two to rank these three in order.
Okay.
Rice, noodles, bread.
1, 2, 3.
Bread,
Rice,
rice,
bro.
noodles.
Bread
That
first.
is absolutely outrageous. Christian? Yeah. That's the reaction I wanted as well.
Unbelievable. Nah, right. Probably in that order: rice, noodles, and bread.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really
Do we count? Are we,
bread
do
as
we,
much.
did we count pizza as a bread, for example?
Yeah, we did.
I'm counting it.
We did.
But if you start counting that,
But number one, bread. You're Filipino, brother. Oh,
Use the spreads.
the spreads are good.
You know what? Rice noodle is the shit, bro. I had like 3 times this week.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's kind of combining 1 and 2. Best of both worlds.
Mm.
It's very close for me, like rice and bread.
Yeah. But noodles.
noodles is not in the conversation.
Dead
To be
last.
honest, it's a
I agree with that. Noodles.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
like noodles?
I like
well
noodles.
compared to the. And if I'm counting pizza's bread, that's
Yeah, that's
pushing
it.
above noodles.
The top 3.
But rice is staple for me.
Rice to be
number one.
Has to be number 1.
Chow mein. crispy egg noodle, bro. That thing's a shit, man.
But see, the other thing as well is like there's not just counting the Asian noodles, but the Italian like pasta and
Pastas.
stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we did
Breads
say
including kebab, sensays off air.
banh
off
mi.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you start to count those sort of things, man. It gets difficult.
That's what, the noodles is dead last, but bread can't be number 1. That's ridiculous.
Can it though? You know, Don said it, and now I'm trying to believe it, dude.
Nah, the versatility of rice is unmatched, mate. A good fried rice.
Yeah, rice
trumps
is the
all,
shit,
man.
bro.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think I got a deeper appreciation for bread when we went to Germany. For because my brother lives over there, and we went there, and they make amazing bread and they make amazing beer. So that's all we were eating for most of the time there. It was crazy.
You were. I didn't. I had Maccas all the time, bro. Now these guys are like, this is Germany, right? There's not a lot of people that speak English in the outside of the big cities.
Really?
And yeah, like outside of like the main capitals and stuff.
Where my brother lives is like a small village sort of thing.
And the McDonald's was the only place that had the tablet where you can order.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to talk to anyone. I just go there because I start like losing my shit.
What's German McDonald's? What's the
They have the
specialty?
same stuff, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just
It's more
everything
efficient.
costs twice as much, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because it's all in euros. So like a meal is like 12 euros, right? Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Until you get your transaction.
$20.
Yeah, that hurts, man.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, we have one more question, and it's from Sen, who's currently sitting off camera.
Oh, yeah.
What are some swear words, swear words you can teach this guy? Because he wants to swear at me all the time. What are the best Tagalog swear words to teach him?
The standard one is right?
Yeah, that's I think everybody learns that
Everybody knows that. That's the first one.
What does that mean?
It means like son of a
You can,
bitch.
yeah.
one. It's like our version of the F word, like F you, bro.
You pick that up, Senny?
But it's like, if you break it down, it's like your mother is a whore.
Yeah.
kind of
Finish the
thing.
sentence.
It's like very Spanish centered. Puta. Yeah. I don't know. That's the standard.
That's the staple. You
That's
can
the standard.
Senny, take that one
And
away, and
it's
you'll
also very versatile. Like it is very versatile. Like people in America would report on one of the previous presidents of the Philippines. He would just drop it in while he was doing a press conference or something. You
Man
know,
of the people.
he'd just say it, and then they'd be like, "Oh, this person called called Obama son of a bitch" or something. Like when you watch it, he's just using it as an expression. I'm not what's the word? I'm not advocating for
The use
the
of the word.
Duterte. I'm just saying that's an example.
we're just reporting the facts.
Yeah,
We're
it's
not.
an example of it being used. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there we
You
go.
could be like, yeah, putang ina as an expression.
No, you can. I say it randomly around the house just for fun.
Really?
Yeah. It's cathartic. It releases
Releases
some
the emotion.
stress.
The full thing is putang ina mo. So
Let's guess what that means. Let's say, what do you think that means?
Your mum is a whore.
puta is the whole part. Ina is mum. Mo is you're directing it to somebody. Mo is you. And then, but you can break it down even more, like tang ina mo, and it still means the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think you can even shorten it to ina mo.
Yeah, that was like your mum.
It's the hood
Your
version.
mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, ina mo.
Slang.
Too easy. Send, run away with that, and we can move on to the game.
Sorry.
Righty, as always with the guests, we have Bullslut as our game. This week, there's two of us, me and Ro versus Christian and Don here. We have Senny behind the camera who's going to give us the categories, and it's going to be a 2v2. So one of me and Ro versus one of the guys here. And as per usual, we'll do 5 rounds. How many points they get, they can hop on the leaderboard. We have Pushes at the bottom with 1, all the way to Jason Sanger at the top with 4. Boys, what do you reckon you're going to get to? Early predictions.
I'm aiming for Push's spot.
Bottom.
I really don't know the game very well, man.
Yeah.
Just to be on there.
Look, we play it a lot.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Just want to be on the board, really.
Look, we play a lot. We're actually not very good.
We're not good. We're not
Yeah.
Like, people have got 4 against us.
They're downplaying themselves.
No, it's like genuinely. So,
Lower
ready-
expectations so that they can smash it.
good. No,
Right.
keep it low. Let's see. All
ready
right.
to begin?
Senny.
All right, Senny, what's our first category?
Oh,
Halloween costumes. We'll start with Ro and Christian. Ro, how many Halloween costumes can you name in 30 seconds?
Don't even celebrate that holiday here, really. 7, I want to say.
I'll do 10.
That's a confident 10, Ro.
Oh, no, that was with the chest as well.
I'll
Okay.
just start naming monsters, bro.
Yeah, but your Halloween costumes can be
Yeah, it could be anything.
anything, really.
I'll go 11.
12?
30 seconds. You got plenty, Ro.
Yeah, but I'm going to be like, oh, I don't know.
All right, let's get a bar here. Bullslut.
Okay.
All right. So
How many did I say? 12.
12.
12.
Let's go, you got this.
Okay.
12 and 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Okay. The mummy, Dracula costume, I don't know, McDonald's, a clown. This year's going to be popular, ray gun. The Breaking Bad guys,
Yep.
that was a thinger. Harley Quinn was
Mm-hmm.
big. The Joker, for some reason, I don't know.
more.
The crappy Joker, not even
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, play on.
Any Power Ranger or any Avenger guy, Iron Man, the Hulk.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bro was given like summations of each one, man.
You even had
I
time
need more
to
than 30
explain.
seconds, bro.
Mate, can we get a check on McDonald's as well?
No, that's why I got
No,
him
he
to
said-
name
he
one
said-
more.
He said McDonald's, but he said clown.
So we counted that as
Yeah,
one,
clown.
and he got there.
Play on. Well done. All right.
There you go. You're already on the board. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, sick.
Thanks,
Crazy. All right.
Next round. Migs v Don. Let's go. All right. You have 30 seconds. The category is
Oh, Don's going to be like 0. I'm afraid of shit.
something you are
So many
afraid of.
Something you're afraid of is a category.
Oh, man.
That could. I'm afraid of a lot of things.
You tell
Did
me.
you say you're afraid of lovers?
Nah, I'm afraid of a lot of things. Love is
called- it's
not
a
so
lot of
much.
things.
A lot of things.
Afraid of love.
love scares me.
Talk to us, man. What's going on?
Yeah. Talk to her. I'll start with 5.
Nah, come on. Come
Go
on,
8.
Don.
I'll do 8.
Are we also factoring if I personally am
No,
afraid
it's
of?
just things
Oh.
that people are afraid of, you know?
Oh, it could be anything, dude.
Give me
Yeah.
15, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15's a big
I
ask.
said 8.
Huh?
8.
9.
12.
Bullslut. That's
no,
a jump.
No, that's
You
so
have to
easy.
say it in Latin too. Philosophophobia.
Are you
All right,
ready?
12 and 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Heights, deep water, agoraphobia, commitment, public speaking. What else?
5.
Dogs, cats, spiders, roaches, snakes,
10.
frogs. I'm actually like a little bit afraid of frogs.
One more.
Fear of the dark and fear of loneliness.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Bro, you're right. It was,
Just hit
Is
the
that-
animals, bro. Literally any animal you can be afraid of.
Yeah.
Horses, zebras, bro.
It's a weird thing. Like, yeah, my cousins are like deathly afraid of animals and stuff.
is they
My-
afraid of
m-
frogs?
Yeah. I'm not scared of snakes, but frogs kind of freak me out. I don't know why.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, they were delicious in France.
I just
legs.
had
That's tried it.
Tried it. Not bad.
it. Mate, they don't serve that at the McDonald's there, so I don't know if you'd
Yeah.
be able to give it a go.
Bro,
Next round, let's go.
we're
We
2
got-
down.
Mate, this is
This is
embarrassing.
a horror show.
Home ground performance, getting embarrassed by the Cheatcoders. The
Notorious people. We'll do Ro versus Don now. We'll mix it up. Sorry, Don, you got to go back to back. But Notorious people, Ro. How many in 30 seconds?
Chris Wallace as well.
Yes.
Let's go 10 Notorious people.
Oh man.
Because who's notorious?
Plenty notorious people.
The notorious. You know.
Yeah. Connor.
So wait, what do you need to? Is it just? Is it you? Is it your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right. Cool. Okay.
12.
Oh, do I want to play this? Do I want to play? I do.
What is notoriety, bro? What is notoriety? Yeah. Are we notorious?
No.
Some we might be.
Let's go 13.
15.
Oh, bro.
They're pushing confidence. It's kind of scary.
I'm getting absolutely rattled in my backyard, really. Say Bullslut. 15. Let's see how you go.
Oh, we'll see how we go.
30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Notorious B.I.G. Conor McGregor. I would call Trump notorious.
Yep.
Ivan Milat. What's his name? Ted Bundy.
Yep.
All the serial killers, basically. I forgot their names already. Charles Manson.
Yep.
The Zodiac Killer.
7.
Boston Strangler.
Yep. 8.
Jack the Ripper.
9.
Come on. Tupac was notorious.
Time's up. Bro, we've got a point.
That's swindle.
Yeah.
Swindle out of the fire.
But yeah,
He's right, though. Just start naming criminals.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking. I was chucking the Hitlers, the Stalins of the world,
Yeah.
notoriety.
Hitler is the main one, dude.
How
you
dare you
forget.
not get Adolf?
I know, right?
Main man.
Notorious
Oh, man.
painter.
He was the biggest. He was the biggest serial killer.
Well, no, we started Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, literally. And then Conor McGregor.
and then Connor. All right.
I don't know why you guys. That's what he said. He was like Chris Wallace's one. I'm like, yeah.
This guy put Conor McGregor in the
Because he calls
list of
himself
serial
the
killers.
Notorious.
Oh, is that his thing?
Yeah, he calls himself the Notorious.
To be fair,
Ted
nowadays
Bundy.
he's a bit
Conor
off the
McGregor,
rails
Ted
now.
Bundy.
The classic trifecta.
I got stuck on all the serial killers. I'm like, haven't been watching enough of the true
Ivan
crime.
Milat.
Yeah.
Everyone
Alrighty.
knows that Trump got a shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Next round we'll go me and Christian. Sandy, what's our category? Things that could get you fired.
Oh.
So many.
Anyone here been fired before? Or is that just me?
No, I've never been fired, actually, surprisingly.
All right,
I've left the job. I've been made redundant. Same thing, isn't it?
No.
No?
Special kind of firing, I guess.
Yeah, different type, I suppose.
fire with pay. That's just the best.
Ideal situation.
Yeah.
Ways to get fired. 8.
I go with 10, just a round number.
11.
You don't have to play every round. You can toss it this way.
All right, Bullslut.
If you want to. I don't want to pressure you.
yeah,
Bro,
I
you
know.
fucking bastard. What was it?
29.
What did I say? 11.
11. 11 is currently on the cards.
So I have 11 ways to get fired, 30 seconds. Time starts now. Being on your phone. Being late. Assaulting someone. Sexually assaulting someone. Poor performance. I'm kind of out now. Embezzling money.
In crimes.
Stealing. Time stealing. That's another one.
Respect.
Times 10.
What? What's time stealing?
What else is there?
3 more give me crimes, brother.
Murdering a colleague.
Yeah, quickly.
Wow, dude. Murder.
Quickly.
Yes!
Stalling for?
What else do you have? What else do you have?
Mate, just bashing someone in the head.
That's
didn't know it was assault.
brother.
I don't know. What about, yeah.
Go on, exact. Go on.
Hang on. Tell us what time stealing is. What's that?
So if you work at a job, a friend of a friend of a friend named Sen. So let's say you work at a job where you have to clock in and clock out.
Right.
So you're meant to start at 9, end at 5. You'll clock in at 8:30, but then you'll go fuck off, go to your car, go home if you live nearby, do something else.
Gotcha.
But on the clock you've timed in, and then you'll clock out early, or you'll stop working early. But then you actually clock out a bit later, so you get paid extra time.
Right.
And after time, it accrues. And sometimes you get caught.
It adds up.
Sometimes you get a call from HR telling you to fix up. Sandy got done for time stealing. So we lost that one, right?
You didn't see it off camera, but Sandy was like,
3-1. We're losing here. We got one more round for some honor now because the boys, actually, Cheatcoder boys have beaten us at our own game.
So we've done every variation. This time we'll pick someone from us. Who do we want? Me or you, Ro?
What's the category? Let's hear that first.
Occupations is the category. You two can pick who you want to use, and then us two, we can
Don's
decide.
doing well, bro. You can
I'm having a stinker
I
personally.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, we're both having a good game. We're both enjoying this. What do you want? Do you reckon you could?
nah.
Or do we do
All right,
both
cool.
of us?
Oh, we
can't
No,
do
no.
the play.
Put it
We have to go back to back.
Tag team.
Do you want to do the tag team where it's but
No, I don't want to tag team no one, bro. You're good. No, you got a good streak, man.
Oh man. All right,
looks like Don's there.
Let's do
Bro,
it.
me or you.
I'm happy to do it if you feel the confidence is low.
Bro,
right.
my faith is in you. Occupations. How many in 30 seconds?
Occupation, start off with 12.
13.
14.
Bullslut.
All right.
14, please. 14 occupations in 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Bro, your time starts now.
Doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant, economist.
All of the Asian tropes.
Yeah, teacher.
Yep.
Let's go with dancer, singer,
Oh, you got it.
Yep.
artist.
Yep.
And then we have, let's go writer, poet. And then we go retail worker.
Yep. Keep going.
Then we have plumber,
Yep.
Sparky.
Yep.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
That's 14.
14, yeah. Oh, nice.
Good job.
There we go.
Pun intended. Good job.
Thank you.
What's that? We got 2.
3-2.
That's actually kind of poor from
That's
us.
poor
bro.
from us, but Matt, you guys are sitting in tied second place right now.
On par with Cat Dad, Thirsty Monkey, above the aim of pushes. So well done,
Yeah,
fellas.
we were aiming for pushes, so yeah.
Well done.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Manscaped. Wow, Ethan, are you excited to talk about the Scalp Buffer?
Oh, please. I'm trembling in anticipation.
So Manscaped, they want to tell us a funny shower story. You have any funny shower stories?
I mean, there was that time on the road trip where there was 20 of us and we all shared one shower between 20 people.
I'll tell you what was missing. No Manscaped.
No
None
Manscaped. It
whatsoever.
would have made it much more endurable.
We were sitting there. That's true. You know what? When they said tell a funny shower story, I was coming up blanks here. Dare I suggest, showering is a private thing that you do by yourself.
I feel like there's not many funny things that happen in the
Not much
shower.
scope for entertainment.
Well, yeah, they gave us a prompt, tell a funny. They could at least give us a fake story to read out.
No, yeah, but then we wouldn't read it out though. So
No,
we're
exactly.
authentic, exactly right. But yeah. So they say tell a funny shower story. Job done. We showered 20 people in one. Then obviously the one about Manny. Remember that one, the camp one?
Oh, the camp one where we turned the lights off on him.
And he
They
started screaming,
yelling,
poor boy. But they
and
also
nothing else happened after that.
no, that was the end of that story. The teacher definitely didn't come in and look at underage Manu naked. May I add?
But back to the Scalp Buffer.
Back to the Scalp Buffer. What am I? Look, I'll be honest with you, right? We've had a bit of a laugh here. So we go back to the Scalp Buffer. Look, if you're talking about the Manscaped suite, we got the Weed Whacker, the Lawnmower, the Premier pubic razor.
Classics.
The classics. The Scalp Buffer is maybe an accessory to that. It's an optional extra,
Yeah.
but highly encouraged.
One that they're really pushing.
Yeah, they got a new product. They've decided we can't have a Lawnmower 6.0. The 5.0 is too good. But what are we missing in the routine of a young man or woman in the shower? And so they've given you the pube trimmer. They've given you the ear and nose hair trimmer. They're missing the hair stuff. They gave us the shampoo, which was delightful. Still use it to this
Still
day.
use it, exactly.
But here I am massaging the shampoo in
Like an idiot.
with my own hands, my bare hands like an animal. Now, why would I do that when I can use Manscaped Scalp Buffer?
Beats me. It's a no-brainer.
Now, what is the Scalp Buffer, you may add?
You fool. It's a...
It's a brush. It's like a silicone brush. You just
Exactly.
rub in the shampoo, rub in the conditioner. You don't have to use your hands. You go to manscaped.com, 20%
And I think the
off.
reason is it helps the shampoo get into the, the fucking
Yeah, the
nitty-gritty of
follicles,
the follicles.
Exactly.
Your fat fingers aren't going to get there. So
No.
the little buffer is what gets it right into your into your cranium.
And
It's your stupid head.
are they solving problems that maybe don't need to be solved? I wouldn't say that. I would say this, dare I suggest, is one of the most important problems unaddressed in hair care routine.
But if Louis was listening,
Which he is.
our friend at Manscaped,
He
I
makes
would
us-
suggest tell the nerds, the data scientists at Manscaped to go back to the lab and come up with the Boxer 3.0.
Please.
Because 2.0 is perfect,
I love
but I think you
2.0.
can go even better.
Exactly.
And I do need some new boxers, so please find a new product and come back to us.
So if you're missing the Scalp Buffer, if you're missing this part of your routine, go to manscaped.com. Have a look at the array of beautiful items these people sell and have. Use the code TCB, get 20% off and free shipping with the code TCB, manscaped.com.
Righty, our final segment today is head to head. And yes, you're wondering why Miguel sounds a bit different. It's because I have stepped in. Miguel's now in the cuck chair behind the cameras. And because we thought, we're doing head to head. So we're going to pit, Filipino culture versus South Asian culture. We're going to do Indian culture, but then I realized I'm actually not Indian. So let's take the whole subcontinent.
You realized
Halfway
this
through.
morning,
I
actually.
was like, what? Oh, I'm not.
I don't want to lie to the audience. So that's why I've stepped in for Miguel. And before we get into it, I just want to say, with all due respect, putang ina mo.
Hey.
Respectfully.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
don't put on no more, bro.
But we've got, I think, 5 or 6, maybe more categories that we're going to run through. And we're going to just talk about, which culture does it better, which one does it worse, maybe in some of these categories. And we're just going to explore our experiences. Ro, any other comments, or should we just get into it?
Let's dive right in, boys.
Well, the first one we want to start off with was, I guess, punishment, corporal punishment growing up when you were kids. So Filipino culture versus the South Asian culture. And I feel like it's going to be very similar, but we'll let you guys start. What any gnarly punishments you got dished out, or any creative ones?
Because I grew up in Philippines up until I was 9. The person that was disciplining me, and we talked about this in the pod all the time, was my grandma. And she's a pimp. Like, I know, I really try to think of another way, but
trying to sugarcoat it,
she
but
owns an establishment. She hires a stable of girls, putas, and then people come drink and do their thing or whatever. It's like
You're being serious.
she's a legit,
Fair enough.
So she
was
would
a madam.
discipline me the same way she would discipline her pimp, her peoples.
Oh, no way.
Like the slapping thing, but generally, like the one that sticks to my head was more like kneeling down on either mung beans or the sea salt, and then I'd hold up my textbooks from school. I was fucking like 6 or 7, you know what I mean? Like, and then when that thing would start going down, I would get the slap with this. It's like this broom just made out of little, like, individual strands that have been like bind together. So when you take one of the strands out, it's like just one, like a thin
it's
stick.
like a switch.
Yeah. So you go whack, and then it's like, oh,
like a cane sort of thing.
put it back up.
This is why his shoulders are so big, man. It's
My
raising.
carrying this
Asymmetrical
trauma.
flippers.
But yeah, my knees got crazy. Like, I know that I didn't think you should do that to a child, let alone anyone. But
My grandmother was old fashioned. She was old fashioned.
yeah, she's.
Is that a common punishment? Or did your grandmother come up with that? Like,
I think that was a common
that's
one.
IP. Oh, no.
Just like common with like strict parents, I guess, during that time.
Yeah.
How long did you have to hold these books?
It wasn't even long, bro. I was like, I
For as
can't
long
hold
as
them
he-
on for
until
like
he learns
that
his
long.
lesson.
Yeah.
As soon as they start moving, because anything you hold out, stretched, arms stretched out, it's gonna feel heavy, like immediately.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't good.
What did you have to do to cop that punishment? Like, were you doing anything
I was
outrageous, or
I was
slapping
He didn't cook rice.
Nah.
He wasn't reading enough books.
I used to run out of the school. So this school in Philippines was kind of like set up differently to the way we do here. We've got 2 sessions because you're trying to get as many kids through the day as much as you can. So you got the morning session and the afternoon session. I was supposed to start in the afternoon session, but I would walk in there and then I would walk out with the morning session kids to pretend that I was one of the morning kids. And then I would go hang out at the, playing games and stuff. And I would get caught and just dumb things like that. Yeah.
it's like the Grandpa Simpson meme where he walks into the burlesque house and then walks straight back out.
I got a similar
Exit.
one than that. I didn't have the shards of glass or whatever on my knees. But
Oh fucking
No, I didn't have
man.
But I had the get on your knees and then put your hands up over your head. I've told this on the pod before as well. And it's just again, no
Just to
textbook.
keep them up.
Just keep them up. And
Okay.
then I would just be sitting there, just chatting with my family, and then my hands would come down, and then bang.
Oh,
That's some Guantanamo shit.
Yeah, these are all creative ideas, man. Because you got the classics of the genre, do you know what I mean? Like the wooden spoons.
Yeah.
Then belts, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I got anything that was inside.
Yeah.
The wooden spoon, belts.
yeah.
I think those are the main. Wooden spoon was definitely the main one. The belt was for the special occasions.
That's what. That's
Like
what I always
Christmas
thought.
and hey.
That's why I always thought I feel sorry for anyone trying to break into a Filipino household or a South Asian household because everything is a weapon. Everything is a weapon in there.
What about you, Don? Anything Anything interesting?
Nah, not really interesting. Like I just got the vanilla stuff, just like belts and
Yeah, the
like
classics.
slippers and that kind of stuff. I just remember one time my grandfather, because growing up they would be the ones taking care of us because my parents would go to work and stuff like that. I don't know what we did to annoy my grandfather, but he took his belt off, and I just have this memory of like him half holding his pants up as he's chasing us around the backyard, and like he's yelling at us and stuff like that. I'm like, punishment wasn't so bad.
It's comedy.
Yeah, it is comedy, really. After the fact,
I remember one time my mum, I was doing maths homework or whatever. My mum grabbed the rule. I was being an idiot. Just went slap on the hand, but I caught it.
Oh,
And that made her furious.
you have no power here.
yeah.
They used to do that at the school. Like there was nuns at the school, and they would check fingernails and stuff, and they would hit your
the
hands.
knuckles.
Yeah, if they were dirty and that. So it wasn't just at home; it was even like at school, bro.
back when because when we were growing up in the 90s, they had I remember in my primary school, they had a vote they'd put out to the parents about what they thought about corporal punishment in the school, like canings and stuff.
Oh, really?
Because they did that.
Yeah.
And I remember, my parents and other parents would have to, give their vote on what it was about.
Instagram poll.
And my dad, like that. My dad was like, "Yeah, all for it." I looked at him like, "What the heck? What?"
Was this here in Sydney?
Yeah.
That's Did it end up passing or nah?
No.
Your dad was the only
But I
one
think it
who
was-
voted yes.
But I think it was like, I think it was also a thing in the church. I don't know, but like I went to like a Catholic school. So.
I think that was big back in the day when my parents went to school. Was the teachers used to just wallop kids, man.
Violence was the thing,
No,
right?
Yeah.
my dad was, my grandfather, one of them was saying that they would get chalk and then just start fanging them at kids. Left, right,
What is
and
it?
center.
Chalk?
Yeah.
Chalk.
Oh,
Chalk,
yeah,
chalk
yeah.
blocks.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
Do
kind
you
of
want to explain what chalk is to you?
Well, I remember there was a time in history class where I think we were watching a video. I was talking during the video. The teacher took me out and then put me up against a wall and then smacked like his hands on either side of my face.
Yeah.
Right, that was as like threatening as I got.
Was this Randall Daddy?
Mr. Randall, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. He was actually
Wow.
also on RBT the other a year or two ago, getting done for being over the limit.
Wow.
But anyways, so
Actually, a good bloke nonetheless.
yeah. So I've been given one of these ones, and then I come back in the class, and everyone thinks that he's just absolutely giving me a left
Taking you to
hook.
Pound
Oh,
Town.
that's right.
Yeah. But honestly, we're talking corporal punishment, mate. The pimp punishment seems like
Oh, the winner by
that
far.
is the number one winner.
Wait, you guys, I would have thought that there would be like other creative stuff that.
Well, my cousin often gets, if he comes home too late, his mum threatens to change the locks on him.
Yeah.
So he can't get back in the house.
No, like Sen was saying, Sen said this ages ago. It's more psychological.
Psychological,
in South
yeah.
Asian households. Really.
Yeah.
Like
Like
it's,
one of the biggest things is like if you don't come home at a certain time, our parents would be like, "Just don't come back.
Yeah.
Just to come back." And then that
So
makes
dramatic,
you like,
bro.
I don't know, I'm coming home right now. And then they ignore you for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
silent treatment. But
With some of my nieces and nephews on my mum's side, like their parents would threaten, like if they were misbehaving, that they were gonna they were like 7 or 8 at the time, that they were gonna send them to boarding school back in Sri Lanka. And this is after they'd
Terrifying.
heard stories of the teachers just beating the shit out of kids, and that would just immediately like get them to shut up. But I think from what we've heard, it sounds like Christian's got a.
Christian takes it for sure.
I was looking forward to some like really creative stuff, bro. I would have thought.
yeah.
No, my parents are
So-
pretty boring. They just went for whatever weapon was closest to them.
Yeah.
And
Wait, were you guys born here?
yeah,
Okay. Because it kind of feels like if people were born over there, especially from another time. Because I'm much older than you guys, bro. I would have thought that maybe they would have other stories. That's like, oh, that's fucking wild.
The only other story I've heard.
It's borderline illegal. You know?
I don't know if this is borderline illegal. It feels extremely unethical. So, the mum, to punish the son, would have him just eat chilies,
Oh,
just
dude.
like spicy foods, just like force feed him and eat. And this guy's like crying because it's so spicy. I'm just like,
Forcing
dude.
them.
Yeah.
My
no, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
That's
my mum is biological mum. She put chili on my brother's fingernails when he was sleeping because he used to bite him.
Yeah.
So it would
That's
work
pretty
out.
good. Yeah. My brother used to suck his thumb, and then
Yeah.
like I think the doctor or someone said, "Oh, you have to put like
Chili.
like tar, not chili because he's young. It was like tar, like some gross tasting thing. So when he sucks his thumb, he's like kind of
Yeah.
Doesn't do it anymore.
Okay.
There are products for that for kids. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
How old was this person?
22.
I remember, like, I think I'd seen it in the movies or something like that, where a kid was smoking a cigarette, and then the parent would be like, "You have to smoke this entire pack of cigarettes now
Yeah.
as the punishment."
Yeah. This guy's just
then it's like-
head rushes for days. Like, but I mean, I still think the punishment of the mung beans on the floor is pretty
Oh
gnarly.
yeah.
Goaded.
It's pretty gnarly.
Would you subject your own kids to that just quietly?
No.
mung beans?
So that was my grandma, right? My dad, it was all like psychological, like this guy said. So it's just the fear of disappointing him now
Yeah.
rather than physical, because he copped that from my grandpa. So he was the generation that put a stop to that
Okay.
physical stuff. But
Now it's all mental.
when I was born, he
Nice
was
and
here in
healthy.
Australia working. It was my grandma had me, so he couldn't stop it from. Would have been nice, Dad, if he was stuck around for a while. Nah, he's all right. He's all right.
He's still around.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
He's a good bloke. He's a good bloke.
All right, Filipinos take it 1-0. The next category we want to talk about is punctuality. South Asian punctuality versus Filipino punctuality. I feel like I'm going to stay out of this one, Ro. I'll let you handle this.
Well, I don't know what to say here. These boys, we said 11 o'clock recording start. They rock up at 10:59. The bell was rung. So I feel like maybe punctuality's in the blood. Me personally, if I have to be somewhere at 10 and it takes
Yeah.
10 minutes to get there, I'm leaving
At 10.
at 10 minutes before, but I'm not taking into consideration
Traffic.
finding parking,
Oh,
traffic,
yeah, yeah.
walking to the place. So like I'm usually like a 5 to 10 minutes late. Sen, probably 20 to 30 minutes late, potentially.
I think that's fair. I think you guys are the first guest we've ever had that's come
On
early.
time, Yeah.
Dare I
So,
suggest?
is there something, what's Filipino
Pause.
culture like in terms of punctuality? Is it
I mean-
rude to be late?
Like, it's a trope that there's Filipino time, right? Where people will rock up late, maybe half an hour, maybe even later to wherever. But I think in the Philippines, it happens because the traffic is so bad, and it takes hours to get from one place to another, and that's why people are late. And it just so happens that it's become this trope that like Filipinos are late for things. Obviously, if you make an appointment to do something, gotta be
Gotta be there.
Gotta
Yeah,
be
yeah.
there on time or early or whatever. It is what it is. But
I get late to, I think it depends on what you're going to.
Yeah.
yeah,
So things like this, like I know you guys have to set up and all that stuff. So we wanted to be here on time kind of thing. But if we were having like a cousins get together, these boys would be like, oh, it's public holiday and we're going to be at so-and-so park. All the cousins are coming, bring some food.
yeah.
And they'll be like, we'll be there at 8:30, 9 a.m. to score a good spot. I'll get there at lunch, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so this is very common then. This is something we have in common, I believe.
I think it is
Yeah.
just an Asian. No, I feel like the Chinese, Japanese definitely are very punctual.
Punctual people. Because yeah, like for example, if someone exactly the same thing, have a birthday barbecue at lunchtime, I'll rock at
Yeah.
like 2-3 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like 2 hours late. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like party starts at 7:30. Man, I'm not rocking up at 7:30
Yeah, no one's there.
It's like the
Yeah.
fashionably late type
Yeah.
type of thing. Yeah.
I know that I'd been to Samoa before, and they have this thing called island time.
Island time.
where
Fiji,
people-
I had it. Yeah.
I think it's a common thing amongst different cultures. But I was told one time that the reason why it is so prevalent that people are late is because there's no concept of time. It's more about spending time with people and being in a moment.
Mm.
And that's why Filipinos might be late. And it's not a disrespect of time. It's more just like, I'm here in this moment. We're sharing, a moment in time. Then you look at your watch and be like, oh crap, I needed to be at this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's less about disrespect and more just like being present. I
I
guess.
like that. Maybe
That's
you
my
use that.
excuse now from now on. I was just too present.
Sorry, I'm late for this job interview. I was in the toilet being too present.
Yeah. Well, this is an interesting one now because what these guys are saying is that there's a trope that Filipinos are always late as well.
Yeah.
And obviously there is a trope
But I
that
think
South
brown
Asians
people
are
are
late.
famously, like to the point where my girlfriend, we were going to a show and she's like, yeah, show starts at 7, you got to be there. So I was like full, like bricking it. I'm like, yeah, we got to get there at 7. We got there at 7. Mate, they were still setting up. It's like, yeah, actually it started at 7:30, but I knew you would be late. So she told me half an hour before.
Filipinos do that too.
Yeah.
Like my family we joke about it and we'll say, okay, cool. The party starts at 7:30. It doesn't start until actual 8:30 or something. And so people kind of trickle in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I part of me has this theory or like suspicion that it's come from like racism, that like all brown people are late to things. Because if you think about it, there was probably no concept of time until colonization came about. Like in the Philippines, our language, the way we tell time is in Spanish. It's not in Tagalog because the numbers are like the words are too long to say like 12 o'clock or whatever. So I think that part of me has had this suspicion that's like, oh, every brown person is late.
Yeah.
Like there's a trope of brown people being late because they don't have a concept of time.
I like that theory, but brother, we're just late. I think
I think we're just late, bro.
I'm not going to try and defend this.
Yeah.
It's just me trying to put a
Bro,
theory
this
out.
guy took it back to colonization.
I know. Sorry, before the Spanish, there was no.
Yeah.
They didn't look at the sun or anything.
Oh no, it was like that, but there was no word for
No one had
10
a
o'clock.
watch.
No
Really?
word for 10:30, whatever.
It was just evening.
Yeah, you'd wake up when the sun came up and you'd
Yeah.
go to sleep when the sun went
Yeah.
down. It's just the
Interesting.
way it
Okay, I
was.
haven't-
Sundown.
So who are we
Yeah.
going to give this
A
round
las
to?
tres, a las cuatro is the how you say 3 o'clock, 4
That's the
o'clock.
Spanish thing.
Tagalog.
The Spanish were late to everything too, so.
Yeah.
That's true. It's maybe every culture is like.
Yeah.
Too busy having siestas. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. Asleep at lunch.
Dude, when I went to Spain last year, I'm like, dude, these guys live the best
The
lifestyle.
dream. Bit of wine at lunch, Ovo nap.
And I've heard like I actually
Yeah,
looked
really.
into like working into Spain and like they start like at 9, they finish at 5 or 6 maybe. But you got to take into account they have an hour for lunch plus they get an hour for siesta. They get I think a month off for summer and then they get like 2 or 3 weeks off during Christmas.
It's beautiful.
You're barely working
Feliz
4 days a
Navidad,
week.
brother.
Yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
That's sick.
Dude, everything's so slow there. No one seems to be in a rush. There's no urgency to get anything done.
The pace is nice. I do like a slower pace of life, I'll be honest.
They've finished conquering other places already, so it's like
Yeah.
We've done that
We can
far.
chill now. We can chill.
I don't know. I still stand by that. I think brown people are later.
So do we get the point or do they get the point?
Well, I think we're later, so we got to get the point.
All right. Score is 1-1.
It's because we rocked up early.
Yeah, that's why.
We're letting our people down, bro.
I know. Sorry, Filipinos.
All right, we talked about this already. The next category is, I guess, driving. So who's got the better / worst drivers? Yeah,
I had a stereotype about Filipino drivers in the area. Like my neighbor, for example, she reversed into my car and said she forgot it was there.
What do you mean? As in she figured your car was there, or she forgot?
My car was parked on the street, bro.
Yeah,
She
it's so-
reversed into there's a driveway. Boom. I was like, how can you have mirrors, dude? Oh, I forgot it was parked there. You don't take a mental snapshot before you drive.
yeah.
Oh,
Just check the mirrors or the
unbelievable.
reverse camera.
so she's just driving on vibes, just like what she's remembered.
If we're talking about drivers in India versus, like, for example, the Philippines, I've only been to Manila and like rural towns. I haven't been to the countryside.
Yeah.
India, the driving was much more fast and loose. Even though Manila was,
I've been to Delhi
yeah,
and like I had an experience there. I was there with friends and we were driving on a freeway and we're going to some temple and the guy missed the exit, right? He stops on this busy freeway, reverses about 500 meters to then exit the thing because we were like, oh, we missed the exit. He reversed, and my friends and I are in this like taxi holding on for dear life because
No
cars are
seatbelts?
zipping past. There's no seatbelts.
don't worry about
There's
that.
a motorbike that he clipped as he was going. Like
He clipped someone.
he clipped. Yeah, the motorbike was undertaking. Like he was going on the inside,
Oh,
and then he clipped him as he was turning to go into the exit.
yeah.
And we're all just like, fuck, we're gonna die. And then he laughed as he exited the fucking freeway. We're just like, Jesus Christ.
But did you die though? Nah. Is it like a thing of, I know when I was in Manila, like it kind of never felt like you built up enough speed to cause a big accident. You know what I mean? Because everyone's stuck in congestion all the time. It's like,
True.
well, how bad could this be?
Yeah.
It just takes a lot of time. That's why Don was saying, like, you get late everywhere you go because to
Traffic.
travel, like, say, even 5 kilometers away,
You need to,
it takes forever, bro.
You need to incorporate hours into your.
Do people at least abide by the speed rules? Oh, sorry, not speed rules, like the road rules?
No.
No. Okay.
In some places, I mean, like in the Manila CBD, they crack down on the driving a little better, but everywhere else, like everybody, it looks like a school of fish almost. Like it's just everybody's kind of swerving in and out and doing whatever. And I always like I don't get freaked out anymore. I think when
I still do, bro.
but the cars would be like really up close,
super
to
close.
each other. And yeah, like you could smell what the guy had for breakfast. That's how close it was.
But there's surprisingly few accidents, I feel.
I don't know. I feel like there is. We just don't see them in front of you. Like there's probably heaps of small accidents, like little bumps and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you said, because you're not going fast enough. Even in South Asia, you're not going fast enough really to cause like a head-on-head collision with like multiple casualties. But there are heaps of stories of I think. So all right, what are we calling this, Annie?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to go off. My girlfriend went recently back to India and she told me a story about they were in a tuk-tuk. Like they were trying to navigate through this really like narrow pass. And then the tuk-tuk driver like overtook someone and then just clipped this old woman in a bike and she fell over. And he just kept going. And like her and her mum were mortified and all they could do was just look at the back as they saw this woman just disappear as a small speck in the horizon as he just fucked off as fast as he could. Like there's no regard for human life or...
It's crazy.
Mate, he didn't run, mate.
That's crazy, dude. He'd be getting 10 years in jail for that kind of shit. That's wild, man. Like you shouldn't laugh. Like it's funny, but at the same time, it's not funny. Like,
It was
like the drivers here in Sydney. Any stereotypes? Indian drivers in Sydney, Filipino drivers in Sydney.
No, it's just whatever, bro. Like everyone drives.
I feel like the Sydney stereotype is that everybody has road rage. Like Sydney drivers are pretty aggressive. That's the stereotype that I heard.
Yeah.
The stereotype of Filipinos back then was driving a Toyota or a Honda. And I think that one, like South Asians, the Camry is like, or the Corolla would be the equivalent. It's like the same as what we had back then. But
it's a good car.
Yeah, bro.
Camry.
Reliable.
Japanese, bro.
That's a tough one, right?
Call it a draw.
All right, next category is food. Seems a bit unfair because we've just bundled the whole subcontinent, so 4 different countries into one. Versus Filipino food.
But Filipino food been influenced by South Asia as well, so it kind of doesn't really work. You know what I mean? You were kind of like a stepchild.
Which came first?
You guys.
South Asians for sure.
Yeah, because you head over to the Southeast Asian parts before we became Philippines, right? Yeah. So I don't know. This one's a bit. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, Filipino cuisine is it borrows from a lot of other cuisines.
Is there much Spanish influence in the Filipino cuisine?
Spanish, Chinese, even like South American. Like we, I don't know. The history was just. I think in general, a lot of people know the Spanish stuff going on. Like, Philippines got taken over by the Spaniards and stuff.
330.
But before that, I think it was South Asia played a big role, bringing I think Islam to the country. That's why like south parts of the country is still there. This is before.
Right. Okay.
Before the Spanish was kicking around, and then since then Americans came around, so it's kind of kept on getting mixed up.
It was head to head. Top 3 Filipino iconic foods.
Yeah. What's your favorite 3 dishes? And it's mate burger number 1.
I don't know.
Maybe like sinigang or adobo.
So what's sinigang?
Sinigang is like it's a soup that's made out of tamarind. It's
okay.
A lot of people liken it to tom yum soup, like it's a sourish type of taste.
Okay. Yep.
But depending on the region in the Philippines, you could have people enjoy it in different ways. Some people like it like their sinigang more salty. Some people like it more sour. Some people even put chili in it, where a lot more spicier sinigang. And it's just to whatever your region is and whatever your family does most is what your taste is.
I thought sinigang is where the Jewish people go pray.
I thought they sold lightly salted donuts.
Sinigang.
So sinigang 1, number 2, you said.
No, but I think adobo is the other one, which is kind of like everybody knows about adobo.
Yeah.
how would you describe it? It's kind of like
Soy sauce and vinegar flavor on
any
on
protein.
Any protein.
Usually it's like chicken.
Chicken, right? I've had
Pork.
chicken adobo. That was delightful.
Yeah.
It's a bit hit and miss though, because like with us at least, like you go to a different household, the way that they cook that dish is different to
Different, yeah.
like maybe my parents or whatever. So
No standard, just like it's to taste.
yeah, I mean
kind of
it's
thing.
there's
standard
a
is
standard
soy
thing,
sauce and
soy sauce and vinegar,
Yeah.
but it's just the way that they cook their stuff is different. Some a little bit more bland. Like my mum would be more heavy on the stronger kind of flavors. That's why I need rice on my stuff. I know why you're having no rice on your food, Don, but it's still wild to me, man.
Sometimes I
about
still
the
have
thing,
rice,
though.
but sometimes.
When you go outside of the city, like in Philippines, like you go more to the provinces, they have weird dishes that are like you really, even people from the city are like, whoa, what are you eating, man? Like there's this one called pinapaitan, and the word is mapait, it's like sour. And it's just like the insides of a pig or a cow or something. Yeah, I mean, you'd be hard pressed to just find any Filipino go, yeah, I'm down with that, because it's such a niche taste that everyone can appreciate.
Yeah.
What about when I went to Manila, I saw, was it balut? Is that what it's
Balut,
called?
yeah.
That's wild.
It's
Anyone try that?
delicacy, Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't know.
I've had it.
I've tried it once, but I didn't like it.
It's like having like an egg yolk, but extra creamier, and there's a bit of
That's
soup
the
and
egg.
stuff.
That's the PINOY, bro.
I'm thinking the one where you can
it's like
still
a form.
The baby
Is it
back.
the baby's
embryo in it?
formed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's yuck. That's the only
more just soup,
thing
really.
like Filipinos are early to, bro. Eating a duck.
Eating a duck.
Everything else is we're late to everything.
Yeah.
Because the eating the duck, we ate it before it got born.
Yeah.
I mean, so
That
you know what I mean,
that and going to the airport.
and the airport thing. Yeah.
Had to be
Oh,
like
you
6
guys-
hours early.
6 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Minimum.
That's crazy.
To be honest, when I was in the Philippines, my favorite part of the food was the breakfast foods. Like I didn't even know what it was. It's like the rice, then like the pickled veggies, and then some sort of protein, egg
Yeah.
on top.
Oh, that's fancy, dude.
Is it?
It's usually
you're eating
pickled
the fancy-
veggies, dude. Oh,
Get out of
man.
here with that.
Pickled veggies. I think it's called achara.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's similar to like a
that's nice. That's at a restaurant. Eh? That's not someone's house or anything.
It was like I was staying at a hotel. They just
6-star
had-
hotel.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fancy.
It's fancy.
Shangri-La.
But yeah, usually they would have the rice. It would be egg and then whatever protein.
Yeah.
They call it silog, which is sinangag, which is garlic rice.
Yeah,
Itlog, which is egg, and then whatever you have in the beginning of it. So if you had like tapas or beef, it'd be tapsilog. Or if you had longanisa, which is sausage, longsilog. And yeah, that's Filipino cuisine.
Yeah.
Who said that it was like last night's dinner plus rice plus egg is
think-
the breakfast?
I think Joko said that.
Yeah, it's like leftovers kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
We went to the Ube Festival a couple weeks ago with you guys, and you guys were selling the whole hog
Whole hog.
towards the end of the day.
Oh, we went, but Angel's Barbecue
Sorry, yeah,
was
they were
oh
selling
yeah, those guys go through crazy amounts.
And we were just trying to think
of-
logistically, how would I take the hog home
Chuck-
on like
chuck-
the metro?
Yeah, chuck the hog in the car, drive it
Oh,
back.
they were selling the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, have it shipped to the house or something. It's like,
I was trying to figure out like how long would that last as well. And Manny, you were saying that could be like a couple of weeks.
I think the thing with the Filipino cuisine is like trying to preserve stuff a little better. That's why there's a lot of vinegar in our cuisine because
salts.
Yeah,
and stuff.
longevity.
salt and, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, can we talk about the dessert row where you got absolutely schooled?
Which is that? Oh, the halo halo.
Yeah,
All
thank you.
right.
The hello.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? So we bought one, and Ro was holding it, and Miguel's like, oh, like mix it, like you have to mix it to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Ro gave it maybe one or two
It's
really
icy.
half-hearted
It's icy.
swirls, and then started eating it, and we were like standing there,
Blasphemy.
and then this woman came out of nowhere, and she's like,
Running.
you're eating it all wrong, you're not doing it correctly, blah blah blah. She's like, and she just properly gave it an actual
Wait,
stir.
wait,
She mixed it for you.
She mixed it for
Yeah.
us.
Wow.
And then Ro took a couple of bites, like, wow, this is actually really good.
It's actually much better when you mix it.
Is this at Rudy Hill at Mix?
This was at the
Ube
Ube
Fest.
Festival as well. They had the hello
Do you know
hello.
who that was?
I don't know who was.
Oh.
But to be fair, the
Trying to
dessert
go
is
eat a
called
dick,
mix
bro.
mix.
Fucking
Like
touch my food, man.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's got a right to tell you, oh, you're eating your shit wrong. It's like, I'm enjoying it.
To be fair, she was right though.
No, I liked it. I liked it because isn't like if
We look like idiots.
You've been gaslighted by some Filipino auntie.
Legit. Oh,
And you could
bro.
tell she was taking it personally.
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
she was that offended that she had to come across.
She would have been sitting there for like the last like 10 minutes just
Watching
seeing me
these
doing
idiots.
this and just like getting more and more furious. Give me that.
How can you get
Mix it up.
offended over someone eating alcohol? That's embarrassing, bro.
No, I think that was fun.
Someone put their hands on your food. I'll be like,
Yeah, we're upset for you.
yeah, man.
But I also find it hilarious.
No,
I was so grateful for that because otherwise, if I'm eating it wrong, I want to know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's really no right or wrong. It's really like a preference thing. The thing is called halo. You mix it, right?
Yeah.
But there's parts in there that I don't like the beans and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, I didn't like the beans.
I loved it.
I try to avoid that kind of stuff. So when it's mixed in, it's like,
Can't avoid it.
I don't know. When you guys used to eat, do you guys eat cereal when you were like kids and stuff?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the best when it's all soggy, right? Sometimes you just want a bit of thingo with the milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine someone go, no, you got to mix everything, bro. Like,
Don't touch my
get
food.
away, bro. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
the fuck are you, man? There's someone, bro. I would have reported them.
Food.
South Asian food.
I think we call it a draw. Oh, you.
Dad, this is ridiculous. All
You guys
right?
haven't even talked about
I mean, look,
South Asian.
all right, as much as I love the Philippine culture, obviously I'm biased because I'm South Asian. But if we look in top 10 lists of food, mate, Philippines, nowhere in sight. Indian, maybe top
It's
5.
everywhere,
dare I
dude.
suggest?
Yeah. Like, say, if you go around the world, people are bound to know Indian food more than Filipino food
Yeah.
for good reason.
Yep.
But then again, it's like,
No, back the boys, back
I'm just
Filipino.
thinking, like, if you go to some places completely white, right, and they go,
Yeah.
I love butter chicken. You'd be like, would you count that? I don't know.
No, this guy loves his butter
Mate,
chicken.
I'm a number one proponent of butter
We've
chicken.
gone to 2 Indian. We normally don't actually go to Indian restaurants here in Sydney.
That often, yeah.
In the last month we've gone twice, and both times you ordered a butter chicken.
Yeah. Mate,
Disgusting. Garlic naan and butter chicken. I'm like, bro,
people
what are
that
you
don't
doing?
know, the butter chicken is like the whitest Indian
The
food.
whitest.
Yeah.
No, obviously the other stuff is there, but I don't mind myself a bit of butter chicken.
Nah, man. That's
What's your
filthy.
favorite like South Asian dish?
Me personally,
Yeah, like both. Yeah, both. of you.
I like the charts. Honestly, I think Indian food for me, to be honest, the best type is always the starters. So you have like the chicken 65s, you have the gobi Manchurians, you have the charts, you have the pani puris, all these like starter little bits bobs. I love it. The actual curries themselves, I mean, they're good, but I personally, when I go to all these events and the buffets, when the starters come out, I just load up on that. Don't worry about the mains as much.
Do you mix different
I could
types?
smash pani puri all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Wait, do you go to those places where they have different bowls on the one big plate?
Mhm.
Is that are you from Gujarat, like on the left hand
No,
side?
I'm
of the
actually
thing?
from South Asia.
Ah, okay.
In
South
Kerala.
India.
Kerala.
Yeah.
Kerala.
Sorry,
Bang.
South India, in Kerala. Yeah. Gujarat is in the north.
This part here, right?
Christian is visually
Yeah,
trying
I
to
was
draw
trying
out
to think
India
what-
with his hands right now. Nah, any kind of biryani, any lamb
Biryani's
dish.
the shit, bro.
There's a Sri Lankan one called Kothoroti, which you tried recently for the first time.
Not the first time. I've had it plenty of times, but I didn't have it at
Sorry, there's one.
Toongabi.
There's one in Toongabi which you need to go to, and you tried it and you thought it was
very good. Very
Yeah.
good food. Very good food.
So I usually I stick to the meat based dishes. Otherwise, there's dosa. I like dosa as well, which is more South Indian.
yeah. Breakfast foods.
That's more breakfast food. Yeah.
That thing's influenced like so many different places. Like I had mates from Nigeria or Kenya, and their food kind of looked like it came straight out of an Indian restaurant.
Correct.
But like they have their own little spin.
correct.
version
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Like, bro, this is dope.
Yeah, some of my favorite foods when I was when I visited India, pani puri, smash that.
Pani puri is so overrated. I just want to say that.
And-
For
Yeah,
the
Don,
record.
so overrated.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I thought you actually-
Tiny Burry was.
And also, my favorite dish was palak paneer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
over there.
nice. That's
Yeah,
good.
There you go.
Have that heaps.
I'm going to have to give it to South Asian
I'm gonna
food.
stay out of
Yeah,
this.
I
one.
would've
I tried to
gone
be
with South
diplomatic.
Asian.
And,
Yeah. I liked it because
Yeah.
there'd be times when like sometimes when I was living in Singapore, especially, Indian food was my comfort food. Just have like a nice curry.
Yeah, there's heaps of Indians.
Bro, one of the dishes we got, it's called kare kare, and he really come from that, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
South Asians taking the food.
the stereotype thing, I think, was like, I know we were kind of talking about before. I was just kind of curious because, like, with like Filipinos, at least, we kind of had this, especially like Filipinos that are out here. We always have this thing with like families beefing with each other because a grandparent passed away, and now there's this land that's up for grabs, right? Inheritance thing.
It's happening to me.
Yeah, see? So I don't know if it's the same thing with South Asia, you got like a big piece of land, like real estate. People, like big families too, so obviously there's going to be
Tensions.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just figured, like, is that something that is not necessarily a Filipino thing, or?
Yeah, does it happen? In South
No,
Asian
that's
culture?
very much
Very common.
I remember, I swear my
Yeah.
grandparents were trolls on my mom's side. Like they had like this land where the back half was owned by one of my mom's sisters, and then the front half was owned by one of her other sisters. But then there was a piece in the middle that was given to my mum. And so she was just getting berated by both. She's like, give us the land, give us the land. And that went on for years. I think my mom ended up selling it to like just a third party. It's like, I can't deal with this.
Oh, a third party.
It's just like, I'm not,
That's
like, if I
mad
give it to
petty.
one of you guys, like that's it, it's finished. Like that's yeah, a tale as old as time, like ancestral land and houses.
One of my friends had to go back to Sri Lanka recently to settle a land dispute. And I mean, actually what happened
Better call Saul Sri Lanka.
is what it was. He was telling the story about how basically, everyone's fighting over this piece of land. Even my family, Mig said his family's going through it. My family at the moment is going through it, not against family, but there was like squatters who were just decided to sell the land. And then suddenly they're saying, oh, actually now we own the land, you know, blah, blah, blah. And now my family's in like this dispute over who owns the land.
Yeah.
So it's, I feel like the land stuff is highly common.
It's wild, yeah. I've seen this Instagram reel of this dude who they hired someone like a caretaker to look after the farmland and stuff. That caretaker ended up selling the land to someone. So now the dispute is between the owner of the land and the dude that just paid so and so. It's like, what are you talking about, man?
I own this land. But
I just bought it. It's not. It wasn't his to sell. Like, so terrible.
Yeah, caretaker's off scot-free, makes
Yeah.
out of there.
I know, like in Sri Lanka, like the record keeping was horrendous. So my mom had to go even prove that she like got given the land via my grandma's will. Like that was a whole ordeal that took like a year to like a couple of trips back to like the local council in the village to prove that, hey, this is actually my land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one was you couldn't even figure out where the land was because there's, I don't know again about you guys, but
No
these are
borders.
like rice paddies. There's no borders.
Yeah.
There's no fence. There's no
Fences,
borders.
nothing.
It's all just vibes based. You're like you got from the road to that tree over there. Like,
Yeah.
so you can't actually. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
mapping it in the star, like just out here.
A triangle.
Crow flew over that way. That's where the crow.
Far as the eye can
and the thing
see.
is, like, if you think about like your grandparents, their parents, like they probably didn't buy the land. They probably just got there. They sat there, like, oh, I guess this is my land now.
Terranolius.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, they just claim it.
Terra nullius.
Yeah. All right. So it seems like the last option was land. Land disputes.
Land.
disputes.
Who's got the most land disputes? But it sounds
Well,
like
there's
a draw.
more land in South Asia, so you guys won
But
this.
Derek suggests more premium land in the Philippines on the islands and stuff.
Is it really? I don't know,
would
man.
say so.
Hurricanes run through that like crazy every year.
Yeah, typhoons and stuff.
Here's a fun fact that they were starting to build a Disney style theme park in a place called Tagaytay in the Philippines, and it is also very close to a volcano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Taal Lake and Taal volcano.
Cheap real estate.
And so they built it, but then the volcano erupted,
Okay.
and now it's just like this. Like it's
It's Vesuvius. Just
like
When they built it, was it active back then as well?
I think it was like dormant, but then it's just like this empty thing. They built the structures and stuff like that.
Oh,
You can
and it's just
drive
sitting there.
past and you can see it.
that's cool.
But like, yeah, no one's allowed in there unless you get an invite. It's just
That's
an
crazy.
abandoned Disneyland type thing.
All
I'm
right.
sure people are disputing about that as well. so.
Who owns the volcano?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Who owns the park? All right, we'll wrap it up there.
I'm in the lava.
Land disputes is a tough one. We'll call it 50-50, but job done.
It's so funny that we're like, who's got the best punishment? Who's got the best
Yeah.
of the worst stuff?
Man, it's
I love
How
that.
many families have been affected by this? Yeah.
All right, that brings us to the end of a very, very fun episode, I must say. A massive thank you to Don and Cristian from the Cheatcoders for coming on. Boys, where can our listeners find you? What do you want to plug?
Check us out on the Cheatcoders on all social platforms, or go to our website, cheatcoders.shop. buy our merch. You can see more of our stuff there, or support the podcast at patreon.com/the Cheatcoders.
Me? Just Christian Wildthought on Instagram, or check out the Rookie, the TV show on Netflix, 7+.
Shout out.
Yeah, starring Nathan Fillion. It's a dope show, bro. I've been stuck on that one, man. It's awesome.
I didn't plug myself.
Yeah.
Done doing stuff on all socials.
Perfect. We'll put all those links anyway in the episode description.
I want to watch The Rookie. I've heard really good
It's
things
good.
about it.
It's good shit.
Yeah,
It's real.
All right. So you can check out all of our episodes on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. Check out our Instagram and TikTok. Check out The Rookie. Let us know if it's any good, and we'll catch you guys next week.